I clicked myself out of the thing. What up, people? It's your boy Chig. You are through to the Kombat show. Joining me, as always, are my two co-hosts. First and foremost, Ola.
Yeah, people,
Yeah.
we're back in the scene. Yeah, let's talk about. I'm still basking, by the way. I'm still basking. I'm still basking.
Like
But we got the boxing thing there. You know what I mean? Just to represent the show. But yeah, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it.
And also joining me is his nemesis, as always, the tails to his heads. Will, say that to the people, Will.
Fuck Ola. That's all I gotta say. Fuck Ola. That's how we start the show. Straight, like off the bat.
With that energy.
Let's go.
With that energy.
Yeah. Because
and also, I promised I'll get him back on. I promised we'd have our special guest
also,
go on.
Also, I'm hearing also. Go on.
Go on. I promised to get Big Bro on. Our Nigerian brother, Kenny Kent, say hello to the people.
Oh. Hello, guys, man. Hey, guys, you know what, right? It's not. There's been lots of stuff happening in boxing, right? Out the ring. You know, we've got the fight, the big fight at Wembley Arena, but we've had some beef with Eddie Hearn and Joe Gallagher, Eddie Hearn and Kell Brook.
Got a lot to get through today.
Proper beef, man.
Kell Brook and him, Gallagher and him. We've got
Don King.
We'll have a field show because there's a lot of Eddie Hearn.
And also, beef. Don King, latest. Don King.
Yes.
Has pulled out his fighter, Chris Lovejoy, because Lovejoy got a bit hungry because Don King was doing his usual. Yeah, wait, and the guy went, "Lay you, Don. Eddie Hearn's on me big money to fly me to England. Let's get this show on."
That was to fight Dave Allen, wasn't it? And that hasn't gone through now.
Yeah, but you know what? We'll move on with this. But Dave Allen, he's like the white Dereck Chisora, and I don't say it in a racist way. What I'm trying to say is that Dave Allen and Dereck Chisora are basically one of those people we just hang around, go to every boxing card, get themselves noticed, somehow get themselves some pay-per-views, make money when they're not even good fighters.
I'll give Chisora more credit than Allen.
Wait, hold up. Don't disrespect Dereck Chisora like that.
I give him more. Serious. I think he's better than Allen, to be
fair. Before he got David Haye on, right? Before David Haye got in touch with him, Dereck Chisora was skipping training, right? He was also not only was he was basically ending spars a bit early. Right, he was a 12-round fighter, but he weren't fighting for the full 12 minutes. The first 12 rounds, full 3 minutes. So David Haye's got him better conditions. So the Dereck Chisora that I used to see when me and my wife used to see around boxing, acting like a pork chop, putting his head in people's faces, getting in people's nerves so he can get noticed and get a fight.
Yeah,
this Dereck Chisora is the Dereck Chisora I know is different from the one that he is now because he was a menace. And Dave Allen's a menace. He's a menace.
Yeah. I give Dave Allen credit in the sense that he's made a lot from very limited.
I like Allen.
But that's what they say about.
He's a mouthpiece.
Dereck as well. Let's say about Dereck as well. The same thing that they.
I give Dereck more credit. I think he's a little better than it. If I was to pair both of them, I'd pick Chisora all day.
Yeah, but you know, Dave Allen, he's not taking his training seriously, skipping spars and blah blah. He's basically what's happened is that when he fought a live fighter, because he won a couple of fights, because he beat someone like Lucas Brand, hit him with a liver punch. He thought that when he fought David Price, that he didn't realise that not only could Price hit with left hooks, he's got a good uppercut as well.
Yeah,
Price
just has no chin, but he still has power. I always pick Price for that fight. Well, I always picked him. I did not like that fight for Allen at all.
What, you picked Price over Allen?
Yeah, when they matched up, I picked Price.
No. See, I picked Allen because of Price's jaw. My problem is Price's jaw.
What about boxing ability though?
But heavyweights though, you could be crap once you swing. Deontay Wilder's proved
you know. But the thing is, the reason why I was surprised because you look at it, Price had the reach advantage where he could hit punches at long range. So, for instance, his left hook isn't going to be a close in left hook. He can actually get it from long range. out of Allen's reach, and then he can hit him with a straight right hand, and then that's when he can come in and finish him with the uppercut. But what he was doing is his jab was in Allen's eye all day long, because Allen didn't realise that because he thought he was chinny, he didn't realise that he had quick hands. And when you got quick hands and you're fighting someone at range, you're in big trouble, man. Big trouble. It doesn't matter how hard the guy's hit. Like Dyson Fury, when he's another one, because he's got long range but quick hands. He's accurate as well. Doesn't matter how hard you think Tyson Fury hits or doesn't. If that's in your face all day long, it's not a nice sight, especially when you're 6'9", weighing about 20 stone. And I think that is the problem Dave Allen had with Pricey.
Just had too much range, too much size in him.
Yeah,
We were funny enough. To the people watching, apologies for being a little bit late. We were kind of getting into Dillian White, and when he started having kids, it's like, how many kids does Dillian White actually have? He started speculating that my man started having kids at 13. I was like,
no, he says so himself. He says Dillian has always said that he had his first child when he was 13. Probably waffle, but you know,
bro, he's got that make on his tenders, man. He's got his storyline right there, man. You know what I mean? If you've been affected by this story, please dial 0800 point no. Anyway, moving along. This guy, he's got so many kids. He's got so many kids. And look, talking about man can't buy his pay-per-view, man. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? You can't be saying man's wasting money buying Body Snatchers pay-per-view. I would buy Body Snatchers pay-per-view vicariously through William. You know what I mean? So
I love the way he spends William's money. Vicarious through him.
You know what I mean? I watch Body Snatcher. I like Body Snatcher. You know what I mean? And yeah, he had a bad run on his last outing against
Pulev. Talking about though, because at the moment it's difficult for most promoters, I would suggest, to build cards.
Did you get that money, by the way?
Yes, I did. I was wondering.
That was from William. That was from William. That was from William to you. Salute William. William just paying money this week.
I was looking at it like, what's Knuckles? I was like, oh yeah. Okay.
Salute William, man.
Thank you. Basically, what was I going to say? I think we were particularly Eddie Hearn, he relied on selling anything outside of AJ on the cards. But obviously we don't now have that luxury because so many fights are falling through due to, let's face it, what's going on with the pandemic, where people are either able to get over or they're not able to get over, or something as stupid as
well, it's another thing as well. It's another thing as well, Chig. Another thing as well, you've got to realise is that because there's no gate, fighters are losing 40% of what they were earning before March. So, like, for instance, you look at Anthony Joshua and the Pulev, they've had to take 40% off their earnings. Every fighter's had to do that. And you've got a situation now is that, you know, a lot of people, you know, MTK, you know, Natasha Jonas, she turned down a fight in one of Eddie Hearn's cards because she didn't like the money. And that's the thing with what's happening now. That was part of the Joe Gallagher. Yeah. So Joe Gallagher got his facts wrong. But the problem, and he was saying like, oh, Anthony Joshua and Dillian White, are they getting less money? Yes, they are, Joe.
Yeah.
Because there's no gate, Joe. All right. If you want your fighters to go and fight in somewhere like abroad, like Saudi Arabia and blah blah, where you can get a bit of a crowd because they've dealt with the pandemic a lot better. But at the end of the day, the problem we've got with boxing now is that only one promoter's got all the shows. Only one TV station, i.e. Sky, has been consistently looking after fighters. So everyone's had to wait their turn. And I think the problem, and that's the thing, fighters now are just taking any sort of fights. I mean, Billy Joe Saunders against Martin Murray. I mean, come on, Martin Murray. Martin Murray must think all his Christmases come at once. I mean,
he's got a shot against Billy Joe, doesn't he? Yeah, I read that.
I mean, he had a shot against George Groves. I mean, Martin Murray. I'll tell you one thing, right? He's like his former trainer. God bless his soul. You know, his former trainer must be looking down for him and thinking, you know, praising and lauding his behalf because that's just a desperation fight. And you're going to see quite a lot of them now. There is really good fights out there. Tyson Fury's got desperate because Deontay Wilder still hasn't got over the fact that he lost the fight. So he's now desperate to get some action. He's going to fight in England against anyone.
Yeah, he's going to fight some random heavyweight I've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout outs to Ken giving all the props to Sky, even though BT have had a few fight nights as well.
No, you're right, but you're right.
To preface this, he hates Matchroom.
I know. No, Will, bro, I get where you're coming from. But the thing about it is that, there's Hennessy Promotions on ITV on Channel 5, and then there's BT Sport Queensbury Prizes. So I think what's happening right now is what they're doing, I respect. They're not doing any stupidness, right? Any stupidness. Oh, good, here we go. Terry talking about Tyson Fury. I got it wrong with the rematch. Terry, behave yourself. But no, seriously, right, though. I heard an interview with IFL with Adam Smith, and Adam Smith says, right, they're not going to step on each other's toes. Like, for instance, they've moved one of his cards to a Friday because he doesn't want to clash with Tyson Fury on BT Sports. But I think he's doing that because he knows Tyson Fury smash any matchroom fight out the thing. But there's a bit of consideration. So I'm forgiving Sky for having Dillian White against Chisora 2 against Warrington and Frampton. I still like forgiving for that. That was like a dilemma. I know which one you chose, Will, but it's still a dilemma, isn't it? I can't pay for 2 pay-per-views.
I remember that night. Yeah, I remember that night.
But it's the thing.
Not to buy the BT pay-per-view.
None of these fights should be on pay-per-view. I don't think any of these fights. How can he go on TV, Sky Sports, and say, you can't in this climate, and then charge full price?
Because can you see why they're doing it though? Can you see why they're doing it though? You've got to think about it right now. Is that the reason why they're doing it is because like with Sky Sports' schedules. Remember, they've got the IPL, they've got the Premiership football, which is the Willy Wonka golden ticket, and boxing has to have some sort of schedule. So to get views and to get these fighters paid and get on the card, it's a minute you have a big name, like Chisora has basically talked himself into pay-per-view, and so has all the other one. Joshua's a pay-per-view fighter. Dillian White has become a pay-per-view fighter. But all I'm saying is that it's all about getting fighters paid. Not all of them are pay-per-view cards, but to be honest, when was the last time there was an actual genuine pay-per-view out there? I can't think of one. Maybe unless it's involving Fury and Joshua, there ain't many.
Well, I don't even Joshua's cards are crap, to be honest with you, because I don't think Matchroom has ever done about 3 years ago was their best thing. Matchroom for me, about 3 years ago maybe. I haven't seen a good card in them for the last 3 years, to be honest with you.
Well, what about the one Parker?
Chig, stop laughing.
Parker White. You've angled it. You got it wrong because Parker White. Before that, the second fight was Chisora Takam. So that was a good card.
It was a good card. Just take what he says with a pinch of salt.
Wait. I said pay-per-views. I said
that was a pay-per-view.
Well, was that?
I paid for that. I remember that was.
Wow, you put that? Oh my!
I paid for that.
Wow,
that was a good card. I enjoyed that card. Do
you know what? The more I listen to him, the more I respect Dana White. And I hate to say it, but UFC, they have something over boxing.
Really?
Seriously.
But I'm not too funny, right? Most American sports have a lot of over boxing because you think about it, baseball's their game, so's basketball.
Yeah, but boxing is boxing, though.
Yeah, but the common denominator with a lot of things like boxing is that with basketball, American football, and baseball, they have college scholarships, don't they? With boxing, it's hard to sell boxing because, no disrespect, right? Americans like a winner, right? The heavyweight champion has to be black American, right? The fastest man in the world has to be American. And when they're not winning, they lose interest.
True, and that is.
Yeah, but they had Deontay and they weren't interested. They had Deontay and they weren't interested.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, that is also true.
I just think that Eddie Hearn. How could you make that as a pay-per-view? I mean, for all that we've seen, Chig, you would actually say with me, and Ola as well. Yeah.
Oh.
Take your mic, then put your mic back up, Ola. Don't take it off. Put it back up. You'd also witness to the testament that is UFC. Even on their fight night, the cards are absolutely amazing compared to what we see in boxing.
Hey, UFC, what's that?
Yeah.
Is that a mixture of you know what I call UFC? I call it a mixture of Krav Maga, bit of martial arts and play fighting.
Play fighting.
Yeah, you could call it that. You could call it that, big guns. Big guns could call it that. You know what I mean? But look, at the end of the day, we've had a bigger star on that side come over to your side and basically got schoolboyed. So I can see why.
Yeah, but you know UFC. What I don't understand about it, I don't understand how people have not lost their lives. You're kicking people in the bloody head.
No. There's rules.
But you're hitting people in the back of the head.
You can't. You can't. You're disqualified. You're disqualified if you do that.
People, the way the submissions, especially when you're getting them in sleep lines, that's someone's oxygen, airwave.
I want to hear Kenny's perception of UFC and mixed martial arts.
I look at UFC, right, and I just look and I see this is Krav Maga. Because you know about Krav Maga, innit? Especially with the elbows and blah blah. That's Krav Maga, man. That is Krav Maga. That's what I call UFC, Krav Maga. With a bit of boxing as well, because Conor McGregor is throws a few punches. I know, like Holly Holm, she was a good boxer.
She was a boxer. Francis Ngannou was growing up into boxing. So yeah, I see where you're coming from, man.
But hang on a minute. Let me get on this one. He said something. I want to just get him on what you said. Keep your thought on it. One sec. Yeah. You said about sleep, like they put people in sleeps and all that. Yeah. That's better than getting knocked out. That's no head trauma there.
Yeah, but you think about
just going to sleep.
If you knock someone clean out, it's probably better than them taking a sustained beating. Don't you think?
Well, sustained punches to the head. With UFC, they don't. It's not constantly to your head. It could be to your arm. With boxing, it's two main things: your body or your head. Your body or your head. Your body or your head. With UFC, your ankle could be picked and the fight could be over within seconds. Your ankle lock.
And that's the thing about. That's what I think about. I look at it and I'm thinking, it's too much for me, man. Trust me, if I went in the pit with someone else, they're going to look at me and think, right, the best thing I'm going to do to this guy, take his legs away, line his chest. He ain't getting up, even though because what will happen is that you know what I've learned when you do like combat fighting is that sometimes when you do combat fighting,
it's called dominance.
Like for instance, I'm a big guy, but you guys, because you're used to this grappling, you can wear me down and walk me down. Because you know how to. You know what I mean? You know how to because I don't grapple. Because all I could do is that, and because you know how to walk me down, is that you guys know how to get the holes. And then you know that if you on my chest, I can't move.
Put it this way. If it takes a normal person to get tired within 30 seconds, we could do that to you within 15.
Exactly. And that's why I don't fancy it one bit.
Khabib.
Yeah. I salute Dana White and I respect him because he's done a great job with the UFC. On a serious side, I salute the promotions and blah blah, especially at Down America, and they got it from all over the world. And the best does fight the best. And I just think that boxers have to get their act together, in my opinion.
I mean, look, Dana's crossing over into boxing right now. He's got Zuffa boxing going, and him and Floyd, they actually going into this venture together. And
Anything,
you know,
anything to piss off Golden Boy Promotions, eh?
well,
Matchroom.
you know,
Or Matchroom.
yeah, or even yeah. But I mean, Eddie Hearn is gonna definitely get a piece of that pie. You know what I mean? That guy is always got his little fingers in all the pies going on. So he's gonna get a slice of it. But where it's headed
Are
right
you
now,
trying to piss me off to do or something? Are you trying to piss
No,
me off to do or something?
well,
I
he's
think
a number one bookseller. Number one bookseller at the moment is Eddie Hearn.
Shut up, man.
I'll get you the book. Don't worry about
Why
it.
are you guys trying to piss me off tonight?
he tried to trigger me earlier on by trying to disage his cards and shit. Yeah, I just turned the mic off because I knew he was trying to draw man out. So I wasn't gonna fall for that. I knew he was trying to draw man out. But look,
I want to educate him a little bit, you know, on Eddie Hearn, you know.
Do we have to mention this guy and say, can't we just say Matchroom? Matchroom's better.
No, I like Eddie Hearn.
You know the thing with Matchroom, right? Until other promoters up their game, other promoters can guarantee that they pay their fighters on time, make sure that when Channel 5 and other TV stations get these fighters on, that these fighters actually don't get injured and start the fights and have alternatives, Sky are always going to win because simple reason that Eddie Hearn's got a file of facts of any time his fighters, you know, like the opponents do what Chris Lovejoy did, but although that's fights off, but you know, in general, they always got a back up. They're always telling fighters, make sure you're trained, make sure you're in shape, just in case. And that's why nowadays.
To me, I completely get why Will does not like Eddie Hearn, mainly because of his, you know, I could see why he's not likable. I'm not blind. I can absolutely see why he's not likable. But I think for me, I respect him enough because, like Kenny Ken just alluded to, for me, he's one of the few promoters in the game, as is Al Heyman, to be fair, who actually pay their fighters what they deserve, pay them on time, and they don't fuck around.
Frank Warren don't pay people on time, and that's why he's always in litigation.
For me,
Ricky Burns.
I would never want to
people like
fight.
Ricky Burns. Ricky Burns left at Frank Warren because of recent contracts because he wasn't paying them on time.
Kenny Ken, talk to Tony Bellew now about Frank Warren. I think they still
that's what he did. You know why Tony Bellew and Frank Warren actually fell out? Actually, it wasn't over money Frank Warren said he wasn't over money, but actually, what's happened? It was all about Nathan Keverly. You remember the first fight? Do you remember that time when Nathan Keverly was meant to fight for the light heavyweight title?
Yes.
And the opponent pulled out in 2011, and it was on the same card as the George Groves and James DeGale fight. Yeah. And basically, what's happened, right, is Tony Bellew was desperate for the fight, so Frank Warren said, "Get there." But Tony Bellew couldn't make weight because he was actually a cruiserweight or basically a cruiserweight coming up to a heavyweight, a very fat one. But anyway, that's another story. But basically what's happened, right, is that they did fight in Liverpool. Tony Bellew got beaten quite comfortably. He's never accepted the defeat. And the reason why he's never accepted defeat is because he thinks it was closer than thought. And because Frank Warren went on TV and said, it was a landslide, blah, blah. Him and Tony Bellew kind of fell out. And then they kind of fell out of money. And then Eddie Hearn, you know, was giving him all this love because I think what's happened is that Eddie Hearn, the reason why Eddie Hearn actually became famous is because the Oldie Harrison fight against David Hay.
You told this story on
yeah, but it's true though. But you remember it. I remember it as well when Oldie Harrison had everyone believing that he was going to throw a punch against David Hay. Do you remember that, Will?
Yeah.
And from then on, because Eddie Hearn built into it and actually sold out Manchester, thinking it was going to happen. He's basically, but basically all these fighters like Cole Froch and all them went to Eddie Hearn, and Tony Bellew, after getting messed about over money, he went there as well. And I think that's the thing. Eddie Hearn has got this knack of getting these fights for these fighters because they got a platform on Sky. You know what I mean? But he's a lucky man.
See, that's the thing. Once you've got Sky, that's it. It doesn't matter. You got the number one station, so that's it. Anyone who want to be there.
Yeah, well, it's easier. It's easier. Now the zone has come into the play. You know, now they start.
He's already. You don't even understand.
He's the one working the zone as well, though. He's the one working the zone.
You don't even know. You don't even.
No, wait.
He's the one working the zone.
I hate the motherfucker.
I'm saying that.
Like I said, he's got his hands in
Just
all the
shut up,
fights.
Ola. Just
You
shut
know
up.
what I mean?
Just shut up up
Come
there.
on, man.
Shut up up.
That's an achievement.
Shut
Come
up
on.
up there.
Show some love, man.
Fuck you too.
Just respect the
At some
hustle.
point, there's going to be some conflict of interest for Eddie Hearn because
Nah.
at some point, like I think his deal with Sky is supposed to come to an end in next September. So at some point, he's going to have to. He's already come out today and said, "Listen, we're likely to stay with Sky." But
Yeah, because he's got their poster boy, innit?
He's got no choice. He's got no choice.
I think he has no choice as well to a degree because I think Sky is the only, like you said earlier, it's the only stable broadcaster, and for me, that's the most important in uncertain times.
I think the problem he's got is that Eddie Hearn's best mate, Barney Francis, head of Sky Sports, has moved on to sort of world development.
Okay.
Yeah, he was probably moved on because that's another story. I'll tell you off there.
What did you say again? Eddie Hearn's best friend.
Barney Francis. Yeah, but let me there's a story, but I'll tell you off air what happened, the reason why he's been moved on from his job. But that's another story. We can talk about it off air. But what's happened, right, is that they colluded. Remember Barney Francis, when he first got his job, he wasn't happy with the sort of fights that were going on. He thought boxing and get his act together. So basically, he was putting all his money towards the Premier League and leaving out boxing, Premier League and cricket. But now, because of Eddie Hearn and blah, blah, he basically said, I've had enough of all these promoters. I'm just going to give it to you and one promoter. And that's why people like Ricky Hatton and all these people, Frank Ron left anyway because he fell out of Barney Francis. But all the rest of them, Ricky Hatton, they sacked all these fighters because who had contracts with Sky because they just wanted to give it to Eddie Hearn. And that's how Eddie Hearn's got lucky. But again, Barry Hearn as well, his dad. Remember the darts? Barry Hearn? That darts fishing,
and snooker.
It's snooker. He's so basically, it's all of that.
Even poker, to a degree. There was a time they were heavily involved in poker, and I'm not really sure what happened to that.
Trust me, and I say this with great respect to all of us, right? Barry Hearn could go up to Sky and said, right, I've got four London Africans, right? I'll kill you, Ola, because you're London as well, even though you're London as well. I've got 4 London Africans talking about boxing, right? And I can get some prime time Sky. What do you think? And for a split second, before they say it's a bloody bad idea, because it's Barry Hearn, they'll think about it. And that's the relationship Barry Hearn's got with Sky, and that's the
point. Yeah. That's the point. Do you like Barry Hearn, Will, or is it just an Eddie thing, or is it just a Hearn thing?
All right, let me put it this way: Barry earned the right to be there. I think with Eddie, it was just given to him, and it was like everything was so much in place for him that it was so perfect.
Yeah, it was hard to fuck up.
Yeah, it was so perfect for me. So, like he's saying right now, I didn't even know his best friend was in Sky Production.
Yeah. Oh, Eddie's
I didn't even know that. So how perfect, how aligned that thing.
Yeah, but you see, it's all right saying it was given to Eddie. It's all right saying that, but don't you think, like from a young age, being from the family that is from, learning the trade,
listen,
growing up, it's just a question. It's not like I know. I know.
But the key is in what Ken said. Ken said, yeah, all fighters who had contracts with Sky got cancelled, and it was only Eddie Hearn. Now, if you're a fighter, what's your first thing you'd think about?
Security.
I'm going to Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, got to secure that bag.
So basically, indirectly, they forced all fighters who want to go on Sky to go and sign up to Eddie Hearn. That's basically what happened. That's what the Sky producer did. That's what his best friend did. And that's what I'm trying to say. It was too easy for him. When you look at all the tangibles involved with him getting to where he's at, everything was too easy for him. His dad earned it to get there. Do you get what I'm saying? Had Sky.
But it's only recently though, because you've got to remember, you know, Frank, Carl Froch won his first title with Hennessy Promotions, and he was fighting in Nottingham Ice Rink. So what's happened is that after the contract ended, he's probably wanted to get back in Sky. But I think what's happened is there was a time when Barry Hearn kind of was losing interest because he's putting more and more money at his snooker and his darts and everything. And then I think one thing you've got to give Eddie Hearn credit. Obviously, he's annoying at times, and he is a W. He is a big W. We know that, but he has maximised the business and became boxing. And what's happened with Eddie Hearn, right? And that's what Barry does well. Let's face it, we're diehard boxing fans. But let me tell you something now. People like yourself, Will, that won't pay £14.99 to go and watch a fight because but the casuals, because remember, let's forget, the people that pay boxers are casual boxing fans. They're the ones who put bums on seats. They're the ones who are going to be who are going to go for the big fights. You know that they're casual boxing fans because when the big fight's done, they have a couple of fights afterwards. They're fighting in front of empty venues. The casual boxing fan is the fan that every boxing promoter and every TV station is after, and that's the thing. And because remember, back in the day, before BBC and ITV, it was just boxing fans. But what was happening is that because they couldn't fill the schedules, they lost interest in boxing. But now Sky, and you speak to Alan Smith, he always talks about boxing fans and casuals. And let me tell you something now. Me and you can go to a boxing fight, and we could put up with going to a dirty hall, like toilets that are blocked because we love the boxing. But a casual boxing fan won't have that. So that's why Eddie Hearn has all this nonsense, sweet Caroline and all that rubbish. It's because to make it more razzmatazz, just like they do with the cricket, more razzmatazz. And I think that's where the money is. And that's what Eddie does very well.
And also, he only had one sports station in the whole nation, Sky Sports, where everybody watches. So basically, he had no competition.
Yeah, but funny enough, I think that UFC is probably the opposite in that. I think they target the hardcore fans first.
Yeah.
And then they try and get the buy-in of the casual fans.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
I mean, what I was gonna say, you could see with the charity boxing as well, with what goes on with the likes of Logan Paul and KSI. Like Kenny said, they're looking for casual fans because these guys bring a different set of eyeballs, and that's why they were pushing that card to the point where they put a professional boxer, a world champion,
yeah,
you know what I mean, as an undercard. On the charity boxing, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Well, I sent Adam Smith. For some reason he had his private messages open on Twitter, and I gave a stinker. I told him what I thought of him. I said he was a disgrace. He's a ponce. He's a lot. He reneged on that deal, and that you've basically kicked boxing fans like me in the teeth. You promised you wouldn't go for that rubbish. The Logan Paul and that KSI guy, you promised, blah blah. But let's face it, he was right, wasn't he? Because of the fact that the revenue it brought in.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw their YouTube channel, it doubled in subscribers over that period. It clearly brought like a lot of eyes and attention to boxing. But I mean, kind of moving on towards the kind of actual matchup itself. Usyk and Chisora. Did any of you guys watch the weigh-in today?
Who didn't?
I didn't watch it live. I definitely watched it back.
Did you see it?
No, I haven't seen
it. Ola. Pause this and just go watch the little. You don't even need the words. Just go watch it.
Hey, have you seen Live and Let Lie? Have you seen the film Live and Let Lie?
Yeah. Keep in mind that film.
Yeah.
Will you watch
James Bond,
I thought it was excellent. And for me, I saw it, I laughed, and I thought, you know what, brother? Do whatever it takes to get you into that mentality of, okay, I'm ready. Because, they're both a little bit unstable, which I kind of love.
You see it, Ola? You see it, Ola? You see, Ola?
Yeah, you see it now.
I told you it's worth it to go watch it.
Hold on. I know it's Halloween, but jeez.
I told you it's worth it. It's worth pausing to go watch it.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Casual boxing fans love all that stuff. That's why people like Dave Allen and Dereck Chisora still get fights because casual boxing fans, they're here, there, everywhere. Like James McGill, right? No disrespect, right? If he was a little bit more articulate, right? and had a bit more personality instead of being like someone from like Northwest London.
He
He could have smashed
like
it
him, he's a
financially.
junior. I can't stand him.
But he could have. You think what I mean? He had no personality, right? George Groves, right, can go on a bit of a pork chop, right? But he's got quick mind, and he can articulate himself well. And you can look at George Groves and say, you know what? I want to punch that ginger guy in the mouth, and that sells the fight because he knows when to be annoying. He knows when to be articulate. He won the Battle of Minds with Carl Froch. But people who love Carl Froch because of his personality bought that fight in Manchester because George Groves convinced them that he was a better fighter than Carl Froch.
Yeah,
and he was it for 9 rounds.
That night.
Even as a hardcore boxing guy, Kenny Ken, I didn't buy the first fight because I thought it'd be
big mistake. I was there in Manchester. I went to Manchester. I went to Manchester. We were at the fight.
The rematch, I bought it. I straight up
actually went to the ring after the Manchester fight. We went to Wembley as well. We were at both fights. Had to be done. George Groves sold that fight to me. He got me believing.
Quick question, Ken. Who was winning in the second fight before the knockout? Who was winning in your eyes?
Carl Froch was a round up for me.
Yeah, okay. He won both times for me.
I couldn't really tell. I thought, for me personally, I felt like Froch won almost all the rounds.
I've always said, for me, as much as I'm not a huge Carl Froch fan, personality-wise, as a fighter, I was a big fan. And for me, the first fight, he was on his way to knocking out George Groves. I always thought that.
Well, I don't think so.
There was no way Groves coming back. No way.
You know, after the fight, me and the wife actually went into the ring in the one in Manchester, and I went to Adam Smith. I was listening to an effing disgrace, Adam. You're part of this. You've done that. He goes, I know. The referee should never have stepped in, blah blah. And then I got talking with Jamie Moore, and Jamie Moore's words to me in Manchester was, "If I was Carl Froch, I'll retire now because that fight's going to take a lot out of him because he looked like an old man in that, and that was the first fight." And what happened in the second fight? He retired because he couldn't get up for the fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, so let's talk about the actual fight itself. Obviously, I would suggest, I don't want to speak for you guys, but I would suggest that, like me, you guys think that Usyk is the clear favourite for this fight. What do you think are the keys to victory for Chisora, first and foremost, in terms of winning a fight? What do you think, Will? How does Chisora win this fight for you?
Bum rush him.
That's the only thing, right?
Yeah, because he's bigger than him. Clearly bigger than him.
Put his head on his chest and just
bum rush him. Make it rough. Make it an African
Sorry,
night
people.
out in a pub.
I had to get the.
Tell him the truth. It's flipping. What do you call it? It's proper 12, isn't it? You put that in that. It's proper 12. It's proper 12.
Stop your noise, man.
It's proper 12.
We're celebrating Khabib. Alhamdulillah.
No.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
With McGregor's drink. Yeah, disgrace.
That's
absolute
bad.
Disgrace. Yeah, I know. He's Khabib's number one fan, right? Khabib's number one fan, right?
Number one fan.
Khabib's last fight. Guess who bought the fight? He actually forced me to buy the fight.
I didn't force you. It was your turn, blood.
He had a chance to buy the fight, to put money in his Khabib's pocket. But what did he do? He rather put money in McGregor's pocket and comes to sit here and go on about Alhamdulillah.
Oh dear. Go on.
No, but you know, like in terms of like Chisora, in terms of him having to win the fight, you know, I agree with Will. He has to have a situation where he has to be prepared to take punches. And he's going to have to lose rounds. But what's happening is that it's that right jab. He's got to be prepared to take that. But what he needs to do is that don't go in a straight line like Dylan White did and allow himself to be uppercut. Move him around the ring. Move him and get. So basically, say his right hand right. Instead of going straight, go on the side of him where he has to go like that. Usyk wants to go straight punches, straight and 1-2s and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
He wants to be straight. And what Usyk's gonna do is that he's going to be like the Klitschko's, very slightly ones where they use their size, but they don't want to get in a rough and tumble with you. They like to move back, so you have to come to them and go boom. So basically, what's happening right now, Chisora, you want Chisora to go in and dive in. Bad move. What you want is Chisora to get Usyk to come to him, because when Usyk comes to him, then he can move it down the sides, get that right hand over to top right hand, where he can get his leverage. Because Usyk doesn't want Chisora to come to him, so he can have that right hand and that right hand and right jab and left hand in his face all night. He's going to dictate the pace. He wants Chisora to come on him because he's prepared for that. But what Chisora needs to do is use his brain. Usyk doesn't want to come forward because he's scared of making a mistake, and he doesn't want to lose out in terms of like the fast hands. And that's things with people. Tyson Fury's another one. He took Deontay Wilder by surprise because he fought out of character, because he wanted Deontay Wilder to come on to win. But he thought, right, I can beat this guy and I can take his punches. So I'm going to go on and take this surprise. I'll be very surprised if Usyk does that to Chisora willingly. But if Chisora can make him do that, he can get away with it. Because remember, Usyk is 15 stone of muscle, but Chisora's an 18 stone heavy thing. So he's got to get Usyk to do things that Chisora wants him to do, but Usyk doesn't want to do. Yeah. All right? The onus is on Usyk to prove that he can knock man out heavyweight and knock a live man out, because if he can prove that, the Joshua fight, $. So it's Usyk's fight to lose as well as Chisora's to win. But if Chisora goes on like a pork chop and comes forward, then it's going to be a long night for him, because those combinations are going to be in his face and he's going to be moved around the ring. I don't care what David A says about, he's in the best shape of his life and blah, blah, blah. Wrong. Usyk wants Chisora to come onto him. He's prepared for that. He's probably got a WWF wrestler to beat him up and wrestle him around the ring. He knows that. He's not stupid.
Yeah.
Well, that's your point. That's your argument for Usyk. My argument for Chisora will be, I think Chisora is very, he's heavier, way heavier than Usyk, and Usyk, watching Usyk against Bellew, he got caught a few times, and he willingly also gets punched. It's not like he doesn't get touched. He gets touched a lot.
He's not elusive.
Yeah. Everyone was comparing him to Lomachenko, so that you were kind of like expecting that kind of style, but he was getting hit a lot, and that's my point to saying with how much what's his name hits, Chisora hits, and how he is, he's just gonna be too difficult for him, I think. Yeah, I know he's for the shit, but I still feel like he's gonna be very, very difficult because of the weight. Just because of the weight. My thing is the weight.
But you know the weight. You know when you're 18 stone, right? You know, especially when you're fighting as a lighter fighter, and that lighter fighter, right, is making you fight at that pace. You've got to realize, because he's a big man, he's gonna need a lot. Those muscles need a lot of oxygen, and when it's not going his way, and he's not getting his punches off because he's getting into situations where he feels he has to force the fight, then he's going to have a bit of a problem when it's coming boom, boom, boom. The
only reason I agree with that point of view is only because I think Chisora fights at his best when he's at his most relaxed. Yeah. You know, when he's kind of just lumbering forward, taking it easy. Then in the meanwhile, then all of a sudden he'll explode with a power punch. Like, where did that come from? Whereas I think if Usyk fights at a high pace, I don't think Chisora's going to like that. And clearly that's what they're prepared for, because Usyk to come in at 15 stone, they're like, wow, coming in at a David Haye type of weight. So he's clearly come there with the thought process of, I'm going to try and hit and try and get hit the least that I possibly can and run as much as I possibly can.
So that's the thing.
The problem is don't get hit.
That's the thing. He's not elusive enough to not get hit. But I think he's prepared for
that's the case. Sorry, if that's the case, then he's going to do the 1-2. He's throw his combinations and move back.
Yeah.
And come and say, "Come on, Dereck."
Yeah.
Come and chase
try and use angles as much as possible.
Yeah. Because
and hope that Chisora, which I'll be honest, I don't think Chisora has a one power punch. As stupid as that might sound, because I know some of the victories he's had. But one thing is that I do think that Chisora is very good at doing that. You know, they were talking today about how he sets traps, like how he does that kind of lazy jab of his to almost kind of set you up for that over the top right. But that's his one main move. When he misses that,
no. The left hook.
That's his main move, bro. I like
hook, Larry.
You're talking about the first fight with Dillian White.
Yeah.
When they were exchanging punches at Manchester when he hurt Dillian White.
The Takam fight as well.
Yeah.
That was the same thing. That was how he set him up. Takam was in control of the whole fight. And then all of a sudden, Chisora, fair play to Chisora, he was calm the entire time he was getting a beating. He was very calm. And then he just said, you know what, cool. I'm not going to do this. Stand in front of him, lazy jab, over the top right. Takam didn't see it coming. I don't think that Usyk will fall for that move. In which case, Chisora will have to do something different.
Ola, close your ears for a sec. How long did it take Joshua to do Takam?
Yeah, I know. We've always had this argument. I own it already.
Why are you always gonna bring up bullshit?
No, I'm asking a question.
I know this already.
All referee had to help as well, didn't she?
Didn't he? Mathematics don't mean a damn thing.
Yeah, but the ref had to help with it. The ref had to help. Like, the ref had to actually stop the fight.
So my man can't do MMA maths. He wants to try and do boxing maths. What's going on? What's going on there, fam?
I'm just trying to say.
What's with that?
No. It's a point I'm trying to prove to Ken. It's a point I'm trying to prove to Ken. I.e., you understand? Like Joshua, needed a ref, and I take it. You rate Joshua really highly, right?
I'm neutral at times, but I do think he's got capabilities to be a top fighter. Yeah,
higher than Chisora. And it took Chisora 3 rounds.
100%. But I think the thing with Anthony Joshua and the Takam fight, again, I see what you're saying is that one thing that got your thing is Takam caught Joshua and that. Joshua don't like being hit there, does he? You always thought, everyone talks about the brain scrambler. When he gets hit on that nose, man, he blinks a bit, man. Because remember when Povetkin, two little combinations, man. He's still one of those. He's still one of those, big bullies, right? He went to his first boxing gym. When you think you're a hard man, and then somebody could box, just jabs you on the nose, and then your nose, you get your eyes start watering. You're thinking, gee, man, this guy ain't scared of me, and he can hurt me. And you think twice about going near him. And I think Joshua's still got that kind of thing about him, is that he still remembers the time when he first went in the boxing ring as a hard man. I got proved that, you know what, you've got a lot to learn. And I think that's why I like Joshua, because he's always hungry. Because he knows he knows he can get knocked out. The Klitschko fight was very good for him when Klitschko put him down in the 5th round. Sixth round, actually. That was a good learning curve for him, because he knows. Joshua knows that he's like a right hand away from losing it all. I like that in a fighter. I like hungry fighters like that.
Right hand. He's scared. Fucking scared.
Yeah, true.
Scared of Wilder. I will give him respect, if he fights Wilder. Not in 2 years' time. Yeah, within the next year.
Why not?
Yeah. What?
Why not? What's wrong with 2 years' time?
You want Wilder diminished. You want the power gone before comes close to it.
No. The power is the last thing to go. We know that about fighters.
And he's not Tyson Fury. He can't move like Fury. So no one should think just because Fury beat him, that Joshua would say it would have the same outcome. No one should think that.
Bro, you're the one doing boxing math over here. No one here has been doing boxing math. And all of a sudden.
No. I was just You know, I was just pulling your leg a little bit.
You're just being a dickhead. That's what it is. You know what I mean? let's call a spade. You know what I mean? You just being look. At the end of the day, yeah, we've got this situation where we've got all these fighters. Look, we've got plethora fighters on our hand, and not moving away from the main point of Usyk and Chisora. For me, I'm a little bit concerned, even though I'm backing Chisora to win this fight. He looks crazy in that way, in that I just watched it. And salute to you, man, for making me go to watch that fucking way. He looks barbaric. You know, he even came on there with a gumshoe.
Yeah, but that's another fact. You think about that, right? Chisora doing that, that's probably another 140 grand that Sky have made. By him going there, that's probably 1,000 more buys. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And because I think that's the thing about it. It's all about psychological, isn't it? You watch these fights, right? And I think when the exception of Will anyway. But you know, when I watch boxing, right, and people like Chisora and all these people sold the fight for me, I get butterflies. I get nervous. I don't know about maybe when you see other fights in Queensbury, but when I see a big fight, I don't know what it is. I don't think I'm going to get nervous for this one, but whenever Dillian White, AJ fights, and Tyson Fury fights, I get butterflies. I get really nervous. I'm hard to be around because I'm so nervous about anything going wrong for them because I'm such big fans of them. Because I know that especially with AJ and Dillian White, there's flaws in their technique, and it's one bad move. And when I see Tyson Fury, I still get nervous for him because I think, you know what,
you can get knocked out.
You can get next. You've been very lucky, right, that Deontay Wilder didn't catch, because let's face it, he didn't really catch him cleanly with the first one, but the second one he caught him cleanly. The problem with Deontay Wilder is that what should have happened is that he should have hit him with the left hook first, and then the right hand, and then he would have been clean out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's why I always worry about
he knocked him out and woke him up.
Yeah, that's the problem he did. He actually fell down on his shield, got up, and I don't know what happened. Maybe the angel Gabriel must have said, "Come on, Tyson, get up."
Ken, let's give it to Fury. I like in the whole heavyweight, Fury is the best boxer. In the whole heavyweight, Fury is the best boxer.
Yeah, but heavyweight is not about boxing, though. Boxing, though.
I know, but that's what makes Fury great, though. That's what makes Fury great. Because the fact that he can actually look like a middleweight with these heavyweights, he makes them. Then that's what makes. In a way, he's got a cheat code and he plays on it all the time. He could be Anderson Silva soon. If you haven't heard about Anderson Silva, he's a guy who had a cheat code on all fighters, all the MMA fighters, but played around too much and got knocked out. Do you get what I'm saying?
Look,
he's got it like that.
Tyson Fury, no fight is beatable. No fight is beatable, and that's why I think the thing that worries me about boxing fans in general, especially the casual boxing fans, is that when before a fighter loses a fight, they're the best thing since last break. Deontay Wilder, that right hand. The minute he lost, everyone was picking fault with his technique.
Yeah,
when Joshua and look what I did to Joshua.
Happened with Dillian White the other week.
Yeah, and I think that's it is. All of a sudden, the flaws that have been always there have been magnified. That they're bad boxers. You've got to realise in this era now, we've got some really live fighters. People can fight. They're not probably what we had before in the 70s and probably in the Tyson day. But these guys are capable of getting beaten. Even Tyson Fury. As much as Tyson Fury is the more superior boxer, I don't care what anyone says. He can have an off night, or he could just get caught and get buzzed. You know what I mean? And it doesn't make them poor fighters.
But that's my point. Tyson Fury is the best. He looks the best heavyweight. He looks the best heavyweight.
Okay. So Ola, you're backing Chisora to win it. How do you actually see the fight now?
To me, it looks. There's one problem I always have with fighters that look heavy, and is
gas tank.
Gas tank. That's exactly what I'm worrying about. is can he get into those later rounds with Usyk, because at the end of the day, Usyk ain't gonna really stand there for him to get hit neither. I know you said it's not that elusive, but he's still a fighter that'll make you work, and
Yeah.
you
I'll
know
make
he's
it
still a
awkward.
fighter. He's gonna make it ugly. He's gonna make you work for it. So it's the later rounds that I'm worrying about. And whilst Chisora's got power. I know Chig said earlier on that he's not got that one punch knockout power, but he's just catching them on the right day. And we saw what happened with Body Snatcher the last time. You know, 1 minute you're rocking the man, and then the next minute it's knocking you the fuck out. So, and that's the thing that's the thing with Usyk. He's got it in his toolbox to do that to Chisora, but definitely Chisora is a favorite for me going into this fight.
You know what I think about Chisora is that one thing about Chisora is when he has lost his fights, he's fought fighters who are as big as him, if not bigger. Like the Klitschko, Vatali was bigger, and he has a size difference, so he couldn't really walk quite easily down. He had the heart and everything, but Vatali had not only just the jab and the skills, but he had the sort of like heavyweight power. I think what helps Chisora and gives him that sort of 15, goes from a no-hoper to probably another 30% of chance of beating him is because of the size difference. And that's the problem. The thing with Chisora is that he has to, in my opinion, still don't let his size count against him. You know what I mean? And that's why he doesn't oversend. The good thing about that fight is there's no crowd there. Because if the crowd was there, Chisora would go like a pork chop, go there, come forward, and get picked off. Because the crowd isn't there, Chisora can now think scientifically. What does Usyk not want to do? Usyk wants to prove to everyone that he can hurt someone at heavyweight. So he's got to come and knock me out because people are going to doubt me, doubt Usyk at this level. So let Usyk come to me. Because he's going to have to. Someone's got to make the first move in that fight. I don't see why it should be Dereck Chisora.
Yeah, true. Actually, I would suggest it might need to be used to establish his pattern and range. You might need to make a move first.
I don't know why I see it, but I just see Usyk getting rocked. I just see him getting rocked. He walks into a shot, and then he's on Queer Street. I don't know why. I can just see it.
You know the reason why I've got a bit of I hear what you're saying. I don't know if you've seen it on YouTube, but about a few weeks ago, I saw a fight with him where he fought Joe Joyce years back. It was about when they're both in amateurs. And Joyce is like 6'8".
Yeah.
And what's happened, right, is that it was a situation where it was the same situation where Joe Joyce was doing to Chisora what we want Chisora to do. Well, what I don't want it to do, but a majority would like Chisora to do. And while they fought the fight, it was walking up, picked off, boom, 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 boom. Hardly learning leather because Usyk feet and speed of hand of foot was getting him. And I think and when I see that, I can see why Usyk is the favourite. Not just his boxing skills, it's how he dealt with Joe Joyce. Obviously, they're both raw, but I think it's because he's got so much boxing skills, a good amateur career, and he can actually box. That's why he's the favourite. But again, he's got a lot of proof at this level because having good boxing skills in a professional fighting is just 10%. Really, just 10%. The other 90% is whether you can fight or not. You know what I mean?
It's the heart. The other 9% is heart. See if you actually got the heart to do it.
The brother they just compared Chisora's power to Dereck Lewis.
Dereck Lewis, that's memories, man. Dereck Lewis, it's an late 80s, early 90s, and he fought Lex Lewis and got put down in the second round. And he had like that in about 1990.
Big on. It's comparing him to a UFC heavyweight fighter with his knockout power. His name is Dereck Lewis as well.
But I know
So
that there was a Derek Lewis that fought in the 90s. It was
Yeah, I was going to
heavyweight as
say,
well.
I doubt
Yeah.
he would have been
Yeah.
referring to him, but
Yeah.
I disagree with that completely. But it is what it is. All right. Well, in before kind of we move towards wrapping it up, and obviously I want to talk to these boys about very quickly about their pick with regards to.
We haven't got to Tank yet. Before we Tank as
Yeah,
well.
Well, what do you think I'm moving along to?
Oh,
Hold on. To Silver, I wanted to ask about the Lomachenko thing, and then I wanted to come to
okay.
in terms of Lomachenko losing his belts a couple of weeks ago. I think people were
Stunts.
surprised we didn't
Shots.
touch on that.
Shots.
What was your kind of feeling on that? I must admit, I was
I
very
think
shocked.
I think you
Very.
guys have already heard what I said about it. I said, for me, watching Loma, it was the first time I actually saw him being worried about a guy's power. He actually looked it. I think his dad was talking all that talk, but he wasn't saying anything, and there was a reason why he wasn't saying anything. I don't even know why he did that thing in the weigh-in. You know, when he Theo Felmo came out of the thing and then stood in front of him, like just stood in front of him, and then he came. It was like, it's time now. It's time. Like, and I thought, whoa, maybe Loma might do something to this guy. Maybe Loma might teach this guy a lesson because he's kept quiet the whole time. His dad's been doing all the talking. We know why his dad was doing all the talking.
And that hindsight's a bit of a illegitimate in all walks of life. But you know, did you remember his fight with Luke Campbell?
Yes.
And do you know remember Luke? And did you notice that Luke Campbell found there was little flaws where Luke Campbell found a little few weaknesses there?
Yeah.
Now this guy, this guy, would have looked to that as well, because I looked at Luke Campbell, Lukashenko fight. I thought, yeah, you've won it, but there's something there, and I'm thinking, you're not as invincible. You're not as invincible as I thought you'd be.
The last couple of fights for Loma,
It was more Linares knockdown. Is where I thought, whoa.
There have been telltale signs there that there's a little something there that people.
But was he injured?
But the difference was with that fight, though, with the Linares fight, yeah, he got up and became like it was like, shit, he can actually knock me out.
Yeah.
And then like just won the fight. With this one, though, he did not know. He just couldn't get it.
Hold on, did Lomachenko not show up, or was Lopez that good that made him?
No, he showed up. But you remember, he's now had surgery in his shoulder. I don't know if he's injured when he fought that thing, but I that's no excuse, because I thought Lomachenko was fantastic, by the way. You know what I mean? But in terms of like Lomachenko, I don't know with some fighters are fools themselves. I think some fighters, right, the only thing they respect is their paycheck, and some of them just go into fights because they don't want to lose their money, just go into fights in any old condition. I'm not saying that's why he lost the fight, because he probably was heavily confident of winning it. But when you've got a kid that hungry fighter's a dangerous fighter, mate.
Yeah, but he's fought many hungry kids, and one of my I don't know. My thing was it's just I don't know. It felt like Theo was better than him as well. It felt like that too, because you can't make an excuse that he didn't turn up, because he won round 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Too late though, wasn't it?
Yeah, he won. So you listen to the sequence: 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he showed up.
He showed up. But I've seen so many fights over the years where it's both live on TV, both live and TV. It's Russian roulette when someone dominates the early rounds. It's hard.
Yeah, but then you turn up 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. All you gotta do now is the 12th round, and at least you can call it a draw.
You call it your championship rounds, but trouble is, right, is that with the way they judge fights now, they're all subjective. I think we've been boxing all our lives, right, and we still don't know what judges are after. We can see a fight, and we can say, right, split decision here, and the judge can just say, right. We're going to give one scorecard is going to be 115, 113, and then one will be 118, 110. And you're thinking, hang on it, how can they judge this so differently? But I think that's the thing. The judges never let on what they're after, what they want. Sometimes we think the come forward style is going to work, but sometimes the person who's coming forward is not throwing anything and he's getting tagged. So you just don't know. Some judges want aggression, others just want pure boxing. Or others like if you're the home. I think the problem with judges right now is that they're not fair. It's always you have to do more to beat the champion. How about in a why can't the champion lose the fight fair and square? Why does he?
I know.
You have to be in that mindset that you have to do more to beat the champion. Why?
You have to rip the belt away from the champion. That's the saying. You have to rip the belt away from the champion.
It's wrong.
Yeah,
I know. I've been saying that because in UFC, John Jones has kept the belt, whereas like in some of the fights he's been in, he should have actually lost the belt. But they said the other guys didn't do too much, even though they beat him up. They didn't do too much to get the belt.
It's not really down. It's not really down to judges. Just score the fight as you see it.
As you see it, yeah. Score it round by round, total it all up, and let's see who won it. That's it. Period. How do you score fights? Because I break them into like minutes. I break like 1 minute. I score 1 minute of the round. Score the next minute of the round, and I score the next minute. Then put
every fight I watch it on mute. And like you said,
that too. Ola, I told you. Yeah, whenever you watch a boxing match, watch it on mute.
Every fight, UFC boxing, I put it on mute immediately.
You see, think I'm old fashioned. I just think, right, how do you win the fight? Well, you're going to win the fight is if you actually score punches. If you score, like if you score, that's if you catch them catch them where you should be catching them, blah blah, or in the body, blah blah. I don't count coming forward and hitting people in the arms. But if nothing's happening around and you're the one coming forward, then I thought, all right, he's the one with the aggression. Right, I'll score it maybe in his favour. But there have been times when I've seen fights, you coming forward and I can see you hitting arms, but the guy is moving and he's catching you and moving out again. And then he's doing and he's moving out again. But he's nicking around, but he's nicking around because he's actually scoring punches. You're just coming forward and looking aggressive, but you're not actually doing anything. You know what I mean?
Hit and don't get hit. That's how I score a fight. Oh, this guy's getting hit more. Okay, he's winning this bit. Okay, now this guy's winning. Okay, like that's how I score it.
We know it's not always like that.
What?
We know it's not always like that.
I know, but it's easier if you do it that way. When you do it minute by minute.
Yeah,
it's easier that way.
Absolutely. I mean, from what Big Unks was just saying just now about judges, like sometimes you're thinking, are they watching the same fight you're watching? Like, how have you arrived to this result? Can you believe a judge gave Justin Gaethje the first round in that Khabib fight? The man got outlanded. And he got dropped and got controlled on the ground. And they still gave him the first round. Can you imagine that shit? It's ridiculous. But I don't know how certain judges arrived.
So Khabib has lost 2 rounds then.
No, he hasn't. He didn't. You know why? He didn't.
Is he going to come back?
Why are we going with cockroach fucking judges? You know what I mean? He didn't lose no round.
Ola. It's like football. Why do you have penalty shootouts? Because you want something to make a decision. That's what you have.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I hear what you're saying on that concept there. But like, come on, the eye test is just there.
You got to be brave though. As much as we slag the judges, right? You got to have some balls on you, right? To be
a judge.
Can you imagine like the Lomachenko fight where one of the judges, the woman judge, is getting pelters?
Harold Lederman's daughter.
Yeah, getting pelters for saying 118 said.
Look at what happened with the judges with Triple G and Fingers first.
Canelo.
Canelo fight. You know what I mean? Everybody was looking at the especially the one that was a draw. It was like, hold the fuck on. How was that a draw?
How did you score it though? How did you score it?
I gave it to Triple G. I thought Golovkin won that fight.
The first fight, I go to Triple G.
Yeah.
Second fight, I gave to Triple G. I gave the second fight to Triple G.
Oh, you gave the second? See, I didn't.
No. The second fight.
I gave the second fight to Canelo, to be honest.
Second fight I gave to Canelo.
First fight, I gave to
pieced
Triple
him
G.
up. Canelo pieced him up.
I'll hold my hands up. I did.
Is Canelo a great, all-time great? Or is he just best of a bad bunch?
He's there now. Now he's there now.
I think
Listen to the question. Listen to the question, Ola. Listen to let him land. Listen to the end of the question. Go on, kid.
Yeah, but right. Is he the best of his era, which is not that great? Would he be a great in any other era? For instance,
that's a
Mayweather. Is he a best bunch?
Prime Mayweather, prime De La Hoya. You know, those sort of levels. You know,
I don't know. I don't know.
I think if let's put it this way.
I think even
is he going to be remembered as one of the best ever? I think he will, because ultimately, you could say the same thing for Klitschko's time.
Yeah, but you look who he beat to win it. All right, no disrespect to Rocky Fielding. God bless his soul, right? But come on, mate. Come on, mate.
He was a world champion.
Come on, please. Come on,
okay.
really?
But is it his fault though?
No,
you see,
Kovalev, but come on, Kovalev, who basically was 2 months ago, 6 weeks, 2 months before he was fighting Anthony Yarde, and because Anthony Yarde ran out of gas, he won the fight, and then 2 months later you get into the fight Canelo for money, and Canelo beats a shot fighter. You've got to ask these questions. Well, I'm asking them anyway. You don't have to ask the questions, but
wait, hang on a minute.
Hold on. Why not Sentimental FC? You just outed Will for the jackass he is. Will, why have you got long name, blood? I give everybody smoke for coming with long names, blood. The man just said, "Ill Will Ice Pack Ill." Like, what's yo,
calm down.
Reduce the thing, fam. Reduce. Can't you see the names on the thing? Chig, Kenny Ken, all like, you know what I mean? Like nice little captions. And you want to come with some big banner, man? Come on, bud.
We'll change the next time.
Your life up.
We got a football fan in here, right? Who basically thinks we're going to get thrashed against Man United.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
That's tomorrow's business.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
No. Let's talk about it. Because Ken.
No. We're not talking about
tomorrow.
We are not talking about it. Big guns can join in on the next thing. It can join in on that same next thing as well. I don't even mind that. I want that. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't even think about that game before necessary.
You know what's happened, right? It's a good thing to take a break from the Arsenal scene by talking about boxing, because the Arsenal scene ridiculous. I think what's happened, right, is that everyone, it's like being an Arsenal fan is like being part of some comedy sketch.
Yeah,
big guns.
Yeah.
It's like you're in my head today, like, because in my chat group that Ola's part of with all these Arsenal fans, right? The discussions they're having.
Are you really gonna out a WhatsApp group's discussion live? Is that where you go?
I laughed in the group, right? And Ola's been on me the whole day.
I think it's a slight little criticism. Is that everyone must, as far as I'm concerned, right? And I'm going to say this right because it's a boxing podcast. I've just found out that Mick Arteta is the equivalent, is a Jesus of Nazareth of coaching. That he is descendant of Pep Guardiola, who came from Johan Cruyff. He's never coached a team before, and regardless of as regards of what he's done in football, we must worship Mikel Arteta. We must never question him. He's got the right hair, and he's the best thing since sliced bread. And we must worship him.
Talk to that boy in that corner.
Listen. For me,
the one down there.
United fans, and my dad is a United fan, right? As many problems as you lot think you have with your fan base, with the people that sign players, I guarantee we got you beat in terms of problems.
Trust me, Arsenal Twitter and Arsenal in terms of like social media, it's you know what. I'm saying this with greatest respect, right? Because there's kids watching, right? But when a bloke's really, when they say about a woman, right? And she's getting that sort of way, and she's in great need of, right?
Yeah.
Arsenal fans are in great need of us winning the league because what we and that's the reason why we're going like that. And that's the reason why we are going on like pork chops. Is because we are desperate for success. We think we're relevant, but we know we're shit. We know that other teams, we think other fans are a banter club, but we're the banter club. We're the banter club. We're the joke. And what we need to shut people up is to win the league title. We need it badly to win the league title or the Champions League, win the Europa League, because we need something to. We need currency, proper currency. Because the only way we can actually go to Spurs fans and say, look, we're better than Spurs. Look at this big trophy we've won, the league, or the Europa League, or the Champions League, and then you should shut people up. All we're doing right now is just arguing in an empty house, and that's a problem. You Man United fans, right? You haven't won anything for about a good few years, but you could shut us up and go, well, I've seen my team win the Champions League 3 times. I've seen my team win.
Premier League dominated a decade.
Times. You can actually shut us up. Chelsea fans.
Ola brings FA Cup. Ola brings up FA Cup.
Yeah, but that's the problem. We need the league. We need a big trophy now because I've had enough of having an argument, right, with Man United and Spurs fans.
So where's your fucking FA Cup, blood? Where is it? Where? This is what Ken was talking about. Hold on. Because you drama that now, yeah, right? I don't give a fuck no more right now, yeah. I'm about to lose my shit right now.
Wait,
you need a bigger drink. You know what? Let me hold it till tomorrow. I'ma hold it till tomorrow. I got something in the chamber for you, I got something in the chamber for you,
You start
Hold it to tomorrow.
Wait.
I still love party though. Hey, Charlie. Big
Ken, I got one thing to say. I keep telling all of this, yeah. I don't understand your club, yeah. You've looked at us.
You don't understand your club, bro.
Shut up.
Why are you going to talk about you understanding my club? Yeah? You don't even understand yours. I listen to your shit every day, blood. Every day. I listen to your Ras class shit. Yeah? You don't even understand your club. How are you going to understand mine? You know what I mean? My club is difficult enough for me to understand, and you don't understand my club. You're mad, blood. What's wrong with you?
What have I done?
That's the realest thing Ola's ever said, right?
It's unbelievable. But I think on a serious level, you know what it is, right? If I want to be devil's advocate, right? Jesus Christ, mate! Wasn't it great when wasn't it? But seriously, wasn't it great when Man United and Arsenal had the whole show to ourselves? None of this money bags Chelsea or Man City, right?
I missed it.
Man City or Liverpool. We used to have our chests out, right? And we used to be like, you know what? We used to see Man United play Arsenal. We think, yeah, Keenan Vieira, man. We used to have banks. We go, nah, we're better than you. No, you're better. Nah, man. Our manager's better. Oh, no, man. No. We've gone the whole season unbeaten. Oh, but we won a treble. Oh, but we won a double, man. And we won at your grand. I miss all that between Arsenal and Man United. I want it back.
It's still going. No. Big Ken, that's the problem. That's what I'm trying to say. It's still going
It's just
on.
happening on a lower scale, much lower scale.
But this is the problem. This is the problem I've been saying to Ola, right? I've been saying, I don't get your club, yeah? You watch our club, fuck up.
I don't get yours neither.
Shut up and listen.
Welcome to the club.
You watch our club,
You
fuck
don't
up,
get your club.
and then do the same thing we just did. You watch us fuck up, and then do the same. You, yeah, your club.
That's us
your club is just like you. 2 years time, what we're doing now, you'll be doing in 2 years time. That's your club.
Meanwhile, we're still getting rid of execs. Even today, got rid of another.
It's the same as our club.
Yeah, but I think you got to realise. I think with us on a serious level, though, we're very new to this sort of background thing where we're getting people, the right people behind the scenes. You've got to remember, we had one man who basically was in charge of every kind of island. Yeah. And what's happened is that we haven't had the experience that Man City had. As soon as the Mansours went, they got all these chief executives and got the right people, football people, the right contract people. Man United have still are a bit of a mess as well. Yeah, you basically got a commercial man who's actually your football man. So basically, the Glaziers are happy the fact that you're making a lot of money commercially, but this guy gets outmaneuvered by bloody Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund have got the cheek to dictate to Man United. Yeah. Why couldn't Man United just pay the bloody money? Yeah. So you know what I mean? You guys can outspend Man City and every club in the Premiership. Yet, what to go to you, and the players that go to you come for dollars and win trophies. Something's got to be sorted out your club, man, William. I'm calling you out, man. I'm calling you out.
No. You're right. You're right.
We'll do all this. We'll do all this again
tomorrow. That's the preview of what's to come tomorrow. Big Unks, you might as well turn up tomorrow, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? You might as well come and sing tomorrow, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
We're doing our preview for your United game tomorrow. We'll be coming on for the very first time on Goon and Eagle Eye. So that will be live.
I'll tell you one thing. You got to calm it down. You got to remember, right? You got to remember, whatever happens.
Tell Ola to calm it down.
Whatever happens at 6:25 on a Sunday, you got to shake hands and be friends. Just say, you know what, we got to look out for us the next game. Because the thing about it is that Will, as much as you're trying to get in my bro's head, right? You're not 100% sure that you're going to beat us. You know why you're not 100% sure? Is that
that's what I'm saying.
You've seen what's happened with Leipzig. You've seen what's happened with you're a bit unbeaten. But you look at your home form and you think, you know what? We've got even though Arsenal are a bit crap at the moment, they still got Aubameyang and Lacazette, and Aubameyang scored for 5 games.
And you're thinking, you know what? Get out of my head.
Let me confirm to you. Let me confirm to you how much he don't know. How much he don't know nothing. Chig, check this out, yeah? Right. I offered this man £25 a piece, yeah, for home and away game. This is before they started beating PSG, before they started beating Leipzig and that, yeah? I offered him home and away £25 a piece. We beat you. He turned it down. Then I offered him another fucking 50 that we finish above them. He turned it down, yeah? He turned it down. Now they beat Leipzig and PSG. The man's grown up some chest. He's looking like Kenny Kane.
Yeah, but Will,
if anybody's ever seen Kenny Kane before, trust me. Will is like little blood clot tie, right? But now they win fucking PSG and Leipzig, and he's grown up to be Kenny Kane. All of a sudden, you know what I mean?
The thing about it is, let's be honest, right? No Arsenal fan and Man United fan is sure. We can't score to save our lives. Man United, I think what will happen is that whoever wins that game, I think it will kickstart their season in terms that we've proved we can win at a big ground, because Man United is still a big team as far as I'm concerned. And Man United, if they get that home win, the first home win, and it's against a big team like Arsenal, it will give them the confidence and then make them figure, you know what, that 6-1 defeat against Tottenham, which I won't forgive you for, by the way, is, you know what, we could forget about it because we're now on a run of form. And I think that's why it's a massive, massive game. But, you know what's going to happen. Solskjaer is probably going to be the most...
Call Big Guns up. Call Big Guns up.
No. I'm about to say,
I dare
did you
you.
hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? He said we disappointed him. We disappointed him.
Yeah,
He
which is what I've been
he
saying.
did not gloat about it like you are.
Nobody
a
was
Spurs fan.
gloating. You
Underground
man
Spurs
lost.
fan.
How
But you
can
know
you
what?
lose? How can you lose like that to fucking a team that losing to Antwerp? And
For
because
me,
you
I don't
fucking
like talking
because
too much shit when my team ain't doing well.
yeah, listen,
That's kind of my policy.
hey, listen,
All
yeah.
I talk shit.
I
Hey, guys,
do when it comes to this fool in front of me right here, blood.
Hey, guys,
You know what I mean?
guys,
I gotta
one
live with
thing-
this guy. I do, man.
One thing is, what you're forgetting. One thing, right? I'm a boxing fan, so I'm probably going to watch the whole card. So I'm going to have to watch. I'm going to have to watch your preview from bloody.
Yeah, I know.
Thing. All I know, Ola, don't let Will get you off the thing. We got to talk. You got to talk about your tactics. The thing about it is,
Oh.
he's not. You know what I think is winding you up more. He's not sure. Remember, whatever Will says to you, he's not sure. He's not sure that Man United will win because
I
of
know
their
he's not
past
sure.
misdemeanors. He's
Yeah, I know he's
because,
not sure.
because he knows that when a club comes, when a club plays in Europe, they're probably at their most vulnerable 3 days later. But we play in Europe as well. So,
Yeah.
but the thing about it, right, is that
Our key players didn't play.
I'm going to leave you because I got to go. I'm going to leave you with this, Will. Right?
No.
It's Solskjaer brave enough to play Fernandes, Pogba, Van der Beek, and Cavani. Is he going to get?
We don't care as
his
long
mind
as we get 3
scrambled?
points. We don't care as long as we get 3
Yeah,
points.
He may, if his mind's scrambled about playing those 4 players, he may be in a situation that you could snatch an easy win into a draw, even a fluky win for us, because he's now thinking, you know what, we've won a few games here, right? And Van der Beek had a good game, and then Cavani, man, Arsenal. Once he's got that kind of headache, he can lose that game. Getting in your head.
I don't care.
You're thinking that.
All I want is 3 points.
That's a good point you made, Big Unks. Big Unks, that's a good point. I saved that for tomorrow, man. I saved that for tomorrow.
You've got to remember, the team selection is going to be for both. I think the team selection is probably going to be easier for Arsenal than it will be for Man United, because I think with Arsenal, Arteta's a very I don't know if you guys like cricket, but you've got fast bowlers and you've got military medium.
Yeah.
Bowlers who play at one-day cricket in 2020.
Wicked bowlers,
Ones, line and length. And I think right now, when you watch Arsenal, it's line and length.
It's line and length.
It's line and length.
Everyone's bowled. There's no movement off the pitch.
Yeah, everyone's just bowling, seam bowling.
All I want you lot to build a team around Pepe. All I want you lot to build a team around Pepe.
Listen, we are.
When did I tell you that?
We're getting completely distracted here. But look, this is the preview to the preview. So you've seen it.
Yeah.
I want to literally, before Kenny Ken goes and we wrap it up, let me quickly talk to you about Gervonta Davis versus Santa Cruz. I want quick picks for this fight.
Gervonta Davis.
Yeah? I don't think Santa Cruz is enough at this stage to beat Gervonta Davis.
If Gervonta Davis hits too hard, and I think the thing about it, right? He can hit too hard, not just from a close range, but from long range as well. It's one of those things. It's like animal power. I don't know.
It is a dog as well.
Am I right in saying it's Mayweather's fighter? Is it?
Yeah, it's Mayweather's fighter.
Is he his best fighter?
Yeah. For me,
that's his number one fighter.
Yeah,
it's his number one guy.
I think he's put all his eggs in that kind of basket. He's definitely fixed. He's going to go the whole way.
He's fantastic. Temperament is a little bit.
I was going to say Mayweather wants to control him, but can't really control him that much. He's different. He's different.
Yeah, I see him snatch that woman out of the club one time, blood. Like, man just rolled in the club and just snatched his baby mother out of the club, man. Like, what are you doing, man? Come out of it.
Talent-wise, he's fantastic. He's a fantastic fighter.
Yeah, I might ride with him as well, man. I'll go with Davis.
Yeah, I've got to go with him.
No, cool. Go ahead. No problem. Thank you.
Big Unks, all love, man. All the love in the world, brother.
I said this. You know what? I really love this thing because it's a break from talking about football, And plus, you know, whenever there's a big fight coming on, you guys got me really excited. I still think that I still think Usyk's going to win.
Yes,
and
me too.
Because I don't believe that Chisora is going to resist the temptation to go straight in for him. But one thing, Chisora can probably get away with it because he does have a size difference. But what I don't.
It'd be interesting to see what happens if, like Will thinks, if Chisora rocks Usyk.
Chisora rocks him.
What happens?
I'm
really
all
want
of
to
you
find
on
out
Twitter. I'm atting all of you on Twitter.
But you know what's happening? He's going to rock him anyway because he's a heavyweight boxer. And
Yeah.
he won't. He won't. Usyk will get hit. But the trouble is that the
They'll
thing about Usyk he's going to go on defensive. And you know what's happened is that he's very good fighting his back foot.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Don't let him fight with his back foot and his pace because he does you on points easily. Unanimous decision. Get him coming forward where he can make mistakes. You know, Tony Bellew did that in Manchester where he got him coming forward because Usyk was hungry. He wanted to prove he was the best cruiserweight out there. He looked at the fight with Tony Bellew and David Hay and thought, you know what? I need to prove to that man that I can beat him and knock him out. So I'm coming forward. And he did it. So we want him to have the same mindset.
Okay.
But he won't do it, though.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, Kenny Ken. Let me let you go because I'm going to talk to these guys quickly about the UFC card that's on this week.
UFC, man. UFC is like translating poetry from Latin into English, so I better leave anyway. I'm gone. I'll speak to you later.
See you later, big guys.
Take care, yeah?
See you later.
Take care, yeah? Right. This is also a good fight, by the way, that I completely forgot to ask Kenny Ken about.
Oh, yeah, Inoue.
I think Inoue as well. I think Inoue gets it done reasonably early.
What's the guy's name? Jason Malone? Or is it James or something? Jay, innit?
I've forgotten his
Jamie Maloney.
Maloney. Yeah, Jason Maloney. That's the one. Yeah. I pick Inoue to retain. But I think that would be a good little fun scrap.
The PT. We've spoke about boxing for over an hour and now.
Over an hour and a half. Well, but 15 minutes.
Football.
About hopefully this is a show that you guys like. As always, we do have to touch on a UFC card. I would have ignored it, but one of the greatest of all time is on, and that's Mr. Anderson Silva is fighting on this card. So we have to do our usual picks. I want to do this super quick though. I don't want to take too long. Do you have the? Shall I get the thing up? I'll get the thing up.
Yeah, you could do. You can see everybody in the chat. Everybody that knows Will right now knows by now is begging. Read the points. But when you don't get no points, you don't hear the fool asking. Read the points. I didn't even know. Read the points. But I'm gonna read the points anyway. Will didn't get no points this weekend. He had to pay out, and they paid for the pay-per-view. It's all bad for William this weekend. All bad. Bad. And Chig is on 22 points. He got 1 point. Yeah. I'm on 28 points. I got 1 point. William is leading at 37 points. 37. But he got 0 points this week. And we move on to the next card.
What point did you guys get? What point did you guys get? For who? Who?
It don't matter. You didn't get one right.
I can't remember who was giving who what. Who?
You know what I do? I do. You know why I do? Because he's here.
I know. But that's what I'm saying. Who got?
All right. I say you don't get nothing.
Who got
you get nothing. You get nothing. You do nothing. You get nothing. 0.
Fuck you, blood.
Fuck you too.
All right. Let's talk. Let's get through these picks quickly. Hall versus Silva. Fight night card.
Imagine man chose E1, you know.
Yeah. All right. Let's
know
do
he got
it.
sparked as well, you know. Sparked.
You got knocked the fuck out.
Oh.
Bobby Green versus Thiago Moses. Very quickly, I always ride with Bobby Green. He's discovered a little bit of form recently as well. I think he's won his last 3 now. So I'm riding with Bobby Green on this one. How about yourselves?
Thiago Moses.
Thiago Moses, okay.
Thiago Moses. It's Moses.
Moses. Yeah, of course, yeah. It's not Moses. Yeah, you're right. I read it completely wrong. How about yourself?
Yeah,
Ola?
Thiago for me. I'm gonna go with Thiago.
Why don't you say the Moses? We've got a friend by the same name, Moses.
Thiago for me.
Kevin Holland versus Charlie Overonteros. Overos.
Kevin Holland.
Ola, you like reading names. What is that? Charlie who?
Fun. I thought this guy was fighting Muradov, but the
What? He was
definitely
fighting
switched.
who?
I thought it was fine. Yeah, I see Charlie there, man. I'm going. Hold on, more. Yeah, I'll go with Kevin Holland, anyways, man. Kevin.
Yeah.
Hold on, is this fight at 185 or 170?
185.
I need to know where. Is at 185. So is this fight coming up from 170?
It doesn't say. It doesn't even.
It doesn't say. No start from. All right, because it was meant to be fighting Muradov, so they've changed the fight at last minute. Because this was on the UFC. It was on the UFC roster this morning. Muradov. So I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, I'm going with Kevin Holland anyway. I was always going to go with him. So Kevin Holland for me.
Yeah, me too. Full house on that one. Maurice Green versus Greg Hardy.
Oh, this is my guy.
Oh shit!
Green came off a really good win last time.
There's 2 of my guys fighting on this card that I'm going for on a recovery. That English.
I do think he's going to get starched by Greg Hardy, though, to be honest.
Okay. So Chig is for Greg Hardy.
I'm going to go Hardy on this one.
Where are you going, Ola?
I'm going with Maurice.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, you weren't expecting us to split on the picks, were you?
No, because they both have the same. Because I was thinking about the same thing. They both have the same problem, which is their gas tank.
Yeah,
both of them. So
one's got asthma that needs a inhaler, and one's a chain smoker. You don't give
that's
a
what I was. That's what.
Like this guy smoking 20 cigarettes a day, blood, and they were trying to tell him, I don't give a damn. But I love his energy, man. I just love his energy, Maurice.
I'm gonna follow Ola. Go with Mr. Green.
Great now. Okay. You're going with the asthmatic. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No. You're going with the asthmatic. Yeah.
He's the chain smoker. Yeah. I just remembered Greg Hardy's asthmatic. That's one. All right. Cool. Bryce Mitchell versus Andre Philly. I'm a Bryce Mitchell guy. So
only one place to go.
I'm a
William.
guy.
Let's get touchy Philly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell is a super. Is fucking phenomenal, man. And I think he's definitely got a future in that division. He's gonna terrorize everyone in that division, man. He's that good. And I got a dog in that division. Everybody knows about Man and Ortega, you know what I mean? But at some point, they're gonna cross paths, you know what I mean?
That'll be an interesting fight as well. Very interesting fight.
I'm going Andre Philly anyway. I don't care.
Cool. Look at how efficient we're being today. What's going on? And then finally, Uriah Hall versus Anderson Silva in what Anderson Silva's very final fight.
I'll have to go with Uriah Hall on this, man. I love the Spider. I love what he's done to the game. I love what he's brought to what he's giving us as fight fans. But yeah, I got to go with Uriah Hall. And Uriah Hall was talking serious. Yeah. He wants to make a run for the title. So I like that. I like that energy. I'll go with Hall.
I think he's because this was a replacement fight for another fight, wasn't it?
Romero
was scheduled to face someone else.
Romero.
I can't remember who that was. And then
Romero.
it was Romero. Yeah, you're right. And then this came through. It's like, I like this better. So, yeah, I with Hall, I find him frustrating because he has all the tools to be something great and has this tendency of stumbling. But I think he's so focused on winning this fight. I just can't see any other result other than a Hall win. I don't see Anderson getting disgraced by any means. I can see it being a comfortable points win for Hall. You're right, Hall.
Hall.
You're trying to find a case for Anderson, though.
Yeah, I was thinking there was nothing there. Nothing. Hall.
All right. Cool. So then that brings us to the end of our show. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show, even when we got distracted with football. And if you thought that was just a preview to what is going to happen tomorrow, where me, Ola will.
We're not picking for Friday nights and that.
Oh yeah, we'll do that in a second. Yeah, no problem. We'll literally tomorrow. Make sure you catch us on Guna Eagle Eye. So it won't be this channel. It'll be Guna Eagle Eye, where no doubt we'll lively get into the Man United versus Arsenal game, and yeah, that's going to be a throwdown. But before we go, as Will rightly reminded me, we'll just do our quick fight of the night picks. Ola, do you have your Bible out?
Yeah. You two go first because I got your names down.
I'm going to go performance of the night, Uriah Hall. I'm going to go fight of the night, Bryce Mitchell versus Philly.
What about you, Chig? Will?
2 Friday nights.
2 Friday nights. Yeah, what you calling?
Same as what Chig just called.
All right. So you're going Coleman and Main, yeah?
Yeah.
Coleman. And I am going with Bobby Green fight of the night with Thiago.
Okay.
And I will go with Kevin Holland for fight of the night.
Okay.
Whoa, you're going 2 Friday nights.
I mean, no, Kevin Holland for performance of the night. I'm just choosing Kevin Holland, not that fight, but just Kevin Holland for performance of the night, and Bobby and Thiago for fight of the night.
Okay.
And that concludes our business for this week.
All right. Nice, efficient show today, guys. I liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I know it was lively in the chat, which is what we always like to see. Please do stick a like on this video before you get up out of it. And also share the show around. If you enjoyed it, hopefully you know someone else that will enjoy it. So make sure you guys do that. We are on the road to 200K subscribers. So let's keep that number going. Let's keep it pushing. And until next week, we're out of here. Remember tomorrow's show, guys. Guna Eagle Eye. I'm going to target 7 p.m. With these guys. If it changes for whatever reason, I'll make an announcement on Twitter. We'll let you know. But 7 p.m. is the time.
I've got something for this fool. Come join us.
So it should be a fun show, guys. All right. Combat Show Takeover tomorrow. Take care for now. We'll be back next week on this channel to analyze the results of last week. Of this weekend, if that makes sense. Right then. We're out of here. Take care. Enjoy your evening.
Salute.